All right, it is now time for the Week 8 Fantasy Show. We are chugging along these weeks. We're almost getting close to playoff time. Believe it or not, the fantasy season goes quick. You start with hopes, and some people fall.
Not quick enough for some people.
Yeah, why you getting nervous at the top that you might not last?
No, more like
Uh,
you, who is
okay.
losing every week and wants
That is
probably
true.
wants this year to be over.
Speaking of week 7, I lost to Tyler,
Oh,
107 to 128. Tyler goes to 5 and 2, so big win for him. Basically, putting his team up there as one of the teams to beat. Looking pretty strong, and didn't have Puka as well in this matchup, which makes it even better. I fall to the dreaded 2 and 5. So after getting to 2 and 3, then lose 3 or 2 straight. Not good. My team had a slight glimmer of hope after Bo Nix put up 40 points. If Mike Evans could have had like a 30-point game, I could have pulled this one out. And then Mike Evans, after he just gets back, goes on and gets hurt on a pass down the field and is now done for the year. So he got 0. That ended all hope. Genty had a horrible game as Kansas City just absolutely dominated them. Swift was the other bright spot of the week. Brian Thomas came crashing back down to earth as that Jacksonville, the Rams just shit on them. So a lot of blowouts did not help Genty and Thomas at all. Pickens did okay, pretty much as expected though, with CD back. That was basically it. Pretty bad. 107, not great, and nowhere near good enough to beat Tyler's team. On Tyler's side, though, he did pick up another injury to Jaden Daniels, so as soon as he comes back, he gets hurt again. We'll see how serious that is. Um, I mean, really, when you look at Tyler's team, the only real question marks are injuries to Puka and now Daniels and his running backs. His running backs are not looking too great. Kenneth Walker, I don't know what the hell has happened to him this year, but he doesn't get the goal line carries as Zach Charbonnet stole like 2 touchdowns this week on the goal line. Uh, and I mean, he got 17 carries, but only 66 yards, didn't get any catches. He's kind of been the big disappointment, I would say, for Tyler's team so far this year. I mean, really, it was Chris Olave and Keenan Allen that really carried. Kyler had a lot of mid performances from like DJ Moore, Kelsey, Walker, Rashad White. This was a week to beat Tyler, especially with his quarterback getting hurt. But his Keenan Allen and Chris Olave both had 20 plus point games, which was just an absolute kill. The Saints just got dominated, but yet somehow Olave got 5 catches, 98 yards, and 2 touchdowns, which is just a bad breaker compared to my flexes getting a combined 7. So not great. Congrats to Tyler. Good luck to him on the rest of the season. And yeah, if he can figure out some things with his running backs, he'll be a team to watch come playoff time. I think Tyler definitely makes the playoffs with the team he's got. Anyone want to make comments on this matchup or either of these teams?
Ah, you guys both suck.
Oh, okay. I would
I
like to
agree.
just take a note. Zach says a lot of teams suck. I'm just trying to figure out what teams Zach thinks are actually good besides his own, of course. So
I think
take notes of
yours is one of the worst team in the league, Golfer, as I,
that. Okay.
said on my audio
Even with
message.
my Mike Evans injury, I still like my team better than a couple other people. But
Um,
that's okay.
why don't you name him? Why don't you name him, Golfer?
I
Why don't
named them
you?
last week.
Oh, you named
They
him last
still stay
week.
the same.
Oh,
Pook and
oh, oh,
Bill.
so they can't be okay.
They stay the same.
There you go. There you go. You said
Yeah.
it. Thank you.
I said it last week too after your comment. All right. Anybody else agree with Zach about Tyler's team, or anybody else thinking Tyler's team is one to watch? No, nobody else has any comments on Tyler's team. Okay. Moving on to the next matchup, we saw a high scoring close affair, and once again Ernie, now this is about the third time this year that he's scored a lot of points and has gotten just unlucky to lose. You know, Cheese likes to bitch a lot about how he
Hmm.
faces all these high scoring matchups, but he's pulled out quite a few of them. Meanwhile, Ernie has not. He falls 154 to 153. It came down to Monday Night Football, the late game with Sam Darnold and Woody Marks. I had turned it off late in the game because I was going to bed. I didn't even care. And then I woke up to see Cheese celebrating about Woody Marks getting a touchdown late in the game, which was the difference in this matchup. Sam Darnold did ass filling in for Josh Allen on his bye, but Woody Marks saved the day, justified the money right there. I mean, listen, if the running back gets you one win in fantasy, that just justifies that $110 fab or whatever it was, because wins are valuable. And I would spend, if I had 110 fab, I would spend all 110 fab if you guaranteed me one win. And so, yeah, so big for Cheese. Christian McCaffrey did his normal thing with 39 huge points. We talked about, the running back matchup. McCaffrey outscored Barkley by a huge amount. And then Judkins, though, had 3 touchdowns against Miami, and Marks did just enough to make that difference. Drake May, though, continues to look really good for Ernie. A.J. Brown finally had a breakout game to, get him a high score. Quentin Johnson and Pitts did okay. Really, the disappointments for Ernie was just Saquon and David Montgomery. His 2 stalwart backs kind of let him down in this matchup, or else he could have won this. Meanwhile, Cheese's side, he had Addison have a nice game. Pierce had a decent game. Ferguson had a great game. Sutton had a good game. Really just everyone pretty much in double digits in Cheese's team except for the quarterback. And, he'll have Josh Allen coming back this week off of the bye. So Cheese is definitely looking good as well. And now 5-2. Ernie falls to the dreaded 2-5 in the same boat as me, even though his team is putting up better points and his team looks better than mine. I'm not going to be delusional. His team definitely looks better on paper than mine, and as a 2-5, it's definitely a harsh record for Ernie. But, as we say, fantasy is 50% skill and 50% luck, and the 50% luck has hurt Ernie this year big time. So at least by Cheese getting this win, he now no longer has any right this season to bitch about losing any high-scoring matchup or getting so unlucky, because pulling this one out was luck. Anybody have any comments on these two teams? Or the
Cheese, you better be thanking your lucky stars, buddy, or whatever you think.
Lucky,
That was the most
juice
lucky
yeah.
touchdown I've ever seen on Monday Night Football.
So fucking lucky.
I've never seen Stroud scramble that
and
good
you know what?
to just throw a touchdown to.
Ernie's so unlucky again. Yeah, you hate to see him score that many points and lose.
Actually, you really don't. I enjoy seeing it.
The Woody Marks touchdown was
Wow,
absolutely bullshit. Stroud has
I
never
agree.
made that good of a scramble in his life to make a play like that, and then
You
it
just
goes
wish
to
he made that scramble to throw to your knee.
exactly. I
He was
did,
hurt, so
but Cheese can hype up Woody Marks all he wants, but 10
Marks
carries,
is
15
not
yards,
good.
I don't think Cheese has been hyping up Woody Marks. I think Cheese knows what he has in Woody Marks. He's just happy that Woody Marks came through when he needed
Yeah,
it.
fucking Stroud came through.
It
Not Woody
won't
Marks.
happen again.
I mean,
Straight
the bigger
bullshit.
thing is Saquon Barkley, 5.2 points. Let's go to our resident Philly expert rat here, who,
He's fun.
complained so much about the passing game a few weeks ago on the show. That finally got right, but Barkley this year has not been
O-line's
the
got to
guy.
get better.
5 points, 8 points, 9 points. He's
O-line's
had 3
gotta get better.
single-digit weeks and no over 20-point performances yet for Saquon
O-line's
Barkley.
got to get better, and
So the O-line needs to
Scheme's
get
gotta
better
get
so
better.
you can run the ball, but you still want to be able to pass the ball. Sounds like you
Yeah,
just
I
want
mean,
a perfect
no.
team.
I just think you need a better scheme, and we're not doing that.
So this is back on the offensive coordinator.
Yes, I still think you should. That win did not show
Oh
me
my
much.
God, you Philly fans.
That win did not show me much because you know why? Because our defense gave us 14 points. Because Wentz is fucking trash.
Okay.
But
did
yeah,
Wentz throw
our-
like 300 yards?
No, he did
Is
good.
that what you
Yeah.
want?
Yeah, he did good. But I'm saying they're still better. It's not good enough yet. They're still better. The team can deliver better. The team has better potential.
So the
on this.
team can play better, but yet
Yes.
it's all on the coach.
Yes. Yes.
Those things don't seem to
Yes.
equal.
Yes, it did. You'll see.
You're blaming
Our
it on the
full
coach, but
poten-
then you're saying that the team needs to play better.
Our full potential's not there yet. The
Okay.
team is not the team that we're used to last year. There's better. It's still coming. You guys are going to say it. The future Super Bowl champs.
All right,
Okay.
that is on the record here.
Okay.
All
Put
right.
that. Can you clip that, Golfer?
It's on.
Put it
It's
on the
being
record.
recorded.
It's been on the
Mikey.
record.
It's being recorded. All right. Anybody else have any comments they want to make?
I just want to say, Cheese's team is a bag of dog shit,
Facts.
and he is 5-2.
Facts.
I
Pretty
mean,
pretty ridiculous.
you want to know
Pretty
why
ridiculous.
Cheese's team is 5-2?
Because he just gets
Because
lucky.
Ferguson looks great and Christian McCaffrey has not gotten hurt and has been a monster. That's why his team is 5-2.
Kendrick Bodie, Alec Pierce, like who the fuck is starting
Golfer,
that?
golfer.
So,
Be honest, his team is a bag of shit. And he's gotten lucky.
I don't think it's a bag of shit. I think it's a
It's a bag of
playoff team. I don't think necessarily it's a
yeah, it's a
championship
playoff team because he's got lucky as shit.
No, I'm not even factoring in the record. I'm just saying if I
We
look
are
at his
having
team,
a lot of people in this league getting lucky.
if I
Zombie
look at
got
his
lucky, too.
lineup, it looks like a playoff team to me. I'm not even factoring in that he's now 5-2. I think it's still a playoff team. But I also think Ernie's team is a playoff team too, and he's not right now. So, all right.
Hold on, can I say something,
Yes.
golfer?
Yes.
Just want to say, does it bother you that Ernie consistently does better in fantasy than you? Does that
Well,
ever
we
bother
have
you?
the same
Ooh, that is a
record.
true statement. That
I
is a
don't-
true
I
statement.
don't really
from
see how that's a
Musa.
true statement, Cronky. I think that's just a bait statement. We have the same exact record. We both missed the playoffs last year.
Sounds like a little copium here, golfer.
Where has he done better than me?
You tell him, Pusa.
I made the playoffs 2 years ago. He didn't. So
He's got a
the
better
better?
resume.
Move
He's
on,
been doing
golfer.
random
He actually has a
recently.
worse sleeper
Move
record
on.
since we moved to
Move
sleeper
along.
by 1 game. Cheese looked that up the other day. He has the worst sleeper record since we moved to sleeper in the 3 years out of
Move
everybody.
along. Pusa made
So
his
you're
point.
right there. That just is factually not true what you said. Okay.
Next.
Moving on to the next matchup, the blowout of the week. I'll give credit I'll give credit to Cronky. He called this one right from the start. Said, "Pook, change your team name to 7-0 because it's gonna happen and you're gonna get destroyed."
Buddy.
And he did. Pook
My
now
game
falls.
was the blowout of the week.
Pook now falls to the dreaded 1-6 record. He, in last place, did get that win last week though, but can't back it up with another one as Cronky beats him 136-83. On Cronky's team, Jalen Hurts had a nice game with 24, as we talked about him airing it out. Bijan Robinson did his normal thing. Let's see who else. Jefferson in his first game back after the bye just did okay. Trey McBride was the big thing, and of course JSN doing his normal thing. I mean, you score 136 and you have a 0 from Jameson Williams.
oh, calling her
Rest in
shot.
peace, ladder. Calling our shot. Cronky, did you ever have any thought of taking Jameson Williams out of the lineup once you saw what calling our shots ladder was?
No, I didn't. Didn't
Well, you
really
should.
give a shit about his ladder.
But
I
he
will say,
jinxes everything, so he clearly
Correct,
was
yeah.
gonna jinx that leg. And
you know,
it was for him
luckily,
to win
luckily
10K.
this matchup was far decided by then. As you could tell, I scored 136 points and had a guy score 0.
Looking at Pook's team, when I look at Pook's team, it's basically
A pile
Dak
of shit.
Prescott and Cam Scatabo, and that's about it. I mean, he made that trade for Breece Hall, which hasn't worked because the Jets are just god awful. He traded away DK for Diggs, who I guess did okay with 13.
Whoa!
And
He
Jalen
traded
Waddle.
Jefferson. He traded Jefferson for
Yeah,
those two.
Jefferson. Oh yeah, that's right. Well, no, but he also traded away DK today.
3 guys put up
trade.
3 points.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, he had to. I didn't
Wow.
understand this play at all. We were all ripping to shreds Rat's tight end last week for how shit he was, and
Yeah.
then Rat drops him, and then Pook picks him up and starts him. I don't understand that.
I mean, what was the point of trading for Zach Charbonnet for starting?
Yeah, and then he benches Zach Charbonnet, who he traded for. I thought the whole reason he traded for Zach Charbonnet was to start him against Pusa because Charbonnet is Pusa's guy, and then he doesn't start him, and I mean, it wouldn't have really mattered because he got 19, but would have made it a little bit better for Pook, like 2 touchdowns against Kroenke with his boy, like.
And another funny thing is that I don't think I've ever seen a player keep turning backwards in Henderson because every time you think he's going to get better, it's a lot worse. .50, 2 carries.
Yeah.
This guy was drafted in
That
the
might have
3rd
been
round.
Yeah, it was
The
drafted way
third
too
round.
early, way too. I would have took him in like I was wanting him in like the 5th round, and that still would have been a bust.
The third round.
Oof. I mean, I don't understand some of these lineup moves. Obviously, we all knew Jalen Waddle wasn't going to do shit this week because of the weather and because Cleveland's defense is actually decent. So yeah, it was just a disaster. Besides Dak and Cam Scatabo is a great story this year for fantasy, and Pook's lucky that that guy became something, or else this team would be even worse. So yeah, I don't know. I don't see how Pook. I mean, I would say he's gonna like trade his way to make his team better, but so far the trade he did last week seemed to make his team worse.
What's this he got to trade?
And yeah, and now we're getting to the point of the season where you kind of see what players are ass and nobody wants them. Like nobody's trading a lot for Dak Prescott, even though he's good, because it's a quarterback and there's 1,000. I mean, I just don't see how Pook kind of changes things. He's just gonna have to. Some players are gonna have to start performing. He's gonna need Henderson to start showing up. I don't know. All right, Cronky, your comments after you doing exactly what you said you were gonna do.
You know, Pook has this, by the other people in this league, aura about him that he
Yes.
is a good fantasy player.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Then what the fuck is this shit?
That's a good question. You know, he was in the show for like the very first week or whatever, or second week or whatever, and hasn't been back since. So we can't ever ask him what's happened to this team. But I don't know. It's bad.
I mean, this was just simply put worse. It was a worse ass whooping than last week. I've been just enjoying vacation. My team is on fire, just destroying Cheese and Pook the last 2 weeks, so that really helps mentally.
Okay. So you're feeling good about your team.
Oh, 100%.
Okay. Yeah, 4-3, you're positioned nicely to go on a run. I mean, I could see it with your team. I think your team is a playoff team looking at it on paper.
And can we do a Poose's Bets segment one day just to check how we're doing?
What do you mean, Poose's bets? Oh,
Well,
like
Poose
all
bets
the
like
players
six
in this
people
league?
have
Pusa,
half a
don't you
league.
want to shout out? Don't you want to shout out your beneficiary for the
What?
season?
A
Slaps.
beneficiary for-
Oh. Yeah,
For
I had
gifting
some
him the QB.
interesting. I was in a party earlier today with Slaps, and we had an interesting conversation. As normal, when talking with trades with Slaps, I get a little confused because
Oh,
he says
lol.
one thing for the one moment, and then it turns into being the complete. So basically, he admitted that that trade for Hurts and McBride was not good for him, but he said at the time he needed to do it. And then he said how, we got to talk about Chase Brown and how he's just going to hold out because he thinks Chase Brown has some upside and he's just going to hold out. And I said, so when frickin' Tyreek Hill got hurt, he tried to make the case of at the time, Tucker Kraft was putting up the same numbers as McBride, and I said, but McBride was one of your top picks, so if you want to hold out for Chase Brown for so long, why not hold out for Tucker or McBride for a while and see what happens, see if he starts getting better? And he said, yeah, you know what, fair point, but I made a mistake. So yeah. So I said, well, you might have just gifted Kroenke a possible league title this year with that mistake. But
Slaps is funny also. He loves to want to do these trades and then devalue the guys he's getting, so he thinks he's giving up the better end. That's never going to work, buddy. Your trade system never works. Only for
Yeah.
Pusa. Only for Pusa. Apparently,
yeah,
the
that's
changes
what
on
I
it.
said. I said he asked me why
It
I was getting
goes
so
out
mad
the
at him.
door.
He asked me why I was getting so mad at him yesterday. I said, Slaps, I sent you an offer last week. You declined. You didn't counter. You said, I'm not feeling good today. Maybe we'll try next week. I said, okay. So then I try again this week, and he declines without a counter. And then he wants to know why I'm getting mad. I'm getting mad because fucking Kroenke comes knocking at your door, and you just fucking with your legs wide open. Meanwhile, I'm trying to actually make a fair three-way trade here to get something done where all of us improve some part of our team, and you don't even want to negotiate. So of course I'm gonna get fucking mad. Slaps, like what the fuck? And I guess all it came down to is Kroenke fucking took advantage of you when you were most vulnerable, and he agreed. So at least he fucking admits he fucked that up. But credit to you, Kroenke. You know slaps like a T. You know exactly when to hit him up. You saw that Tyreek Hill gruesome injury, and you knew exactly what to do. So congrats to you.
Slaps value goes out the window.
If you think about it, I really control slaps. You know,
Yeah.
how many trades has he
Yeah.
canceled?
Hence why we go back to your original point that you've been trying to hammer home for last season and this season, where you want to boot slaps. Why the fuck would you ever want to boot the guy that you control?
It's a fair point. Go for it. I haven't really thought about it that way.
Yeah. So, anyways, Kroenke, you're looking good. However, we just propped you up so much. I gave you so many compliments. I am going to come crashing down on you a little bit because do I think you're a playoff team? Yes. You're possibly a championship team. However, there is still some holes in your lineup. Your lineup is not perfect. Jordan Mason as an RB2, he's good right now, but will he be good come playoff time? I don't know. Your Pearsall and Bourne guys, with the fact of Jamison Williams looking like ass, your flexes are a little bit questionable. So your team is not perfect. You could.
I would
lose
agree
in the
with that.
playoffs.
I could concur. I concur.
Okay.
I concur.
Just we're evening it out. All right, Cheese. We already went over your matchup, but would you like to comment? Just to summarize the comments, we all basically agreed that you can no longer bitch for the rest of the season about how unlucky you get if you face
I
somebody with some
agree.
points.
I agree.
Because this is now
I
like the
agree.
couple times now that you've won a high-scoring matchup off of some miraculous shit.
Yeah, it's a load of
My
bullshit.
comments are everyone can go fuck themselves.
Oh, fuck
Wow.
you,
I
G.
like those comments. It's good comments.
Because everybody said my team sucked ass and
Yeah.
McCaffrey
It
fucking
does.
blasted
A lot of
me
people
and
still think your
he's the
team
best
sucks.
player in
I'm
fucking
not one of
fantasy
them. I
football.
said your team is a
Yeah,
playoff.
5-2.
I think
said
your
it's
team
close.
is.
154 too.
I think your team is.
A lot
I've
of
never
people
seen
think it's
Black
ass though
Magic.
because they
Okay,
think you've
my
gotten
my
lucky.
new comments are fuck you directly at Rat.
Why?
And Zach.
Tell me
Don't
why.
forget
Tell me
Zach
why.
and Kroenke.
And,
I want
I
to hear
mean
this.
Zach. I mean
I've never seen
because you
Devil's
fucking
Magic.
hate
Wow,
my
what
team.
did I
Your
do? What
team
You
did
said
I
his
say?
team is
McCaffrey
ass.
McCaffrey
His
dropped
team-
40 and you're gonna still
Okay,
say he's ass.
When we get to the first round of playoffs, if you make it, you're out. I'm sorry. This team is
Look,
ass.
do we have
It's
holes?
gonna get
Do we have
exposed.
holes?
Yes,
Yes,
you have
we
holes everywhere.
Everybody has holes,
Everywhere? We scored 150.
You have one
points.
player, bruh. You have one.
One player?
Two
Take out
players.
I
McCaffrey,
disagree
we're still
with that.
scoring above 100.
I
What
disagree
more?
with that.
Okay,
He doesn't have
ready?
one player. He has
Okay,
Josh
here's the
Allen,
hole.
McCaffrey,
Here's the
Sutton,
holes.
Ferguson.
Here's the holes. Here's the
There's
holes.
4 players. Addison.
Okay, here's the holes. Woody Marks, Kendrick Booty, Alec Pierce, and Sutton. The way Bo plays sometimes, I don't know the guys.
Sutton?
Yeah, Bo is very questionable quarterback, but he's up and down. Bo is a
The
very.
holes, I would
Would
agree.
would
the
we
flex is
would we
weak,
like to look at your team
but-
and go over your holes? Everybody has holes except for maybe Zombie.
But-
now.
Cheese
Look,
gets soggy.
The flex is weak, but this week, Jacoby Myers, who hopefully will get traded,
Whoa,
is
Jacoby
on bye,
Myers. Whoa.
and Terry, who I do have at the moment,
Ooh.
did not play.
Golfer doesn't have him anymore.
So,
Yes, fuck.
and also I have tight end 1, running
I
back
don't know why
1,
you're counting on
and
Terry
QB1.
because he might not be on your team here pretty soon.
Well,
If Terry's
yeah.
not on my team, I'm upgrading from Woody Marks and moving Woody Marks to
That
flex.
is that
so
is a fact. Yep.
either way, like I'm gonna have an even better team this week.
All right. Perfect. All right. Moving back on then is Bill here? I haven't heard him talk once.
Bill.
Yeah, Bill's here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
you might
All right.
Don't
wanna-
make for the
I-
newcomer.
you know,
Turn
Bill,
the
I credit you.
volume
You're
down for
here.
this.
You're here with Zach here in the party after he just anal raped you 170
Ah,
to 104.
you
I
said
give
it,
you
not
credit.
me.
There's not a lot of people, you know who they are, that would be here this week. So credit to you. Meaning on Bill's side, he also falls to the dreaded 2-5. God, that number's just so
Yikes.
dreaded. You hate to see that number for some of us.
It's
Zach
okay.
picks
We
up a
all
big
know we're
win.
going to be above Pook.
What?
It's okay.
We're
I'm
all
not
going to be
worried.
above Pook. I like that, Bill. Let's all band together. We're all just going to stay ahead of Pook. That's right. That's what it's turned to now this season. We just avoid getting last.
6-2.
Zach now 5-2 and actually jumped to the top of the standings, which we'll show here in a minute after this big win. What is this? Most points on the week as well. However, not the most of all season, so he falls a little short of that. But a huge game from Stafford to get him Started with 5
Great play
touchdowns, filling in for Lamar nicely. Jonathan Taylor just continues to do his monster game. I mean, look at these numbers: 34, 23, 31. His one
him.
bad week was 14 and 12, and that's not even that bad.
He's
32.
him.
He's hit 30 points 3 times already. These are almost 4 times. These are like Derrick Henry numbers, except Derrick Henry isn't putting up those numbers. Krosky Merritt had a bad game. He's kind of a boomer bust guy like we talked about last week. Obviously, the big story, Joe Flacco being to the Bengals. Great start with Jamar Chase, 38 huge points on
He's
that
also
Thursday
him.
night football game. And dare I say, the matchup was over after Thursday night football when fucking Jamar Chase got 38
Yep.
points.
Yep.
And Dobbs
19.
had a decent game. Oh, Jalen Warren, 19. That's who I was thinking of. Basically, everybody on Zach's team, in double digits, except the kicker, which
But the kicker.
that's no surprise
This
because Zach
fucking
didn't
kicker.
pick a kicker.
Correct.
And
I have a new
Bill.
kicker.
So I guess when you're looking at Zach's team, I think this is also a playoff team, and I do put him in the title contender. Everyone start thinking, because after we go over this recap, we're going to all ask your 7 playoff teams at the moment, as well as who is in the title contender. Basically, who will make the title game, the 2 teams. So start thinking.
Okay,
of that.
buddy.
I would put Bill in, or I'd put not Bill. God, what did I saying? Nowhere
Yes,
near
put me
Bill.
up there. Yes.
Nowhere near Bill.
Oh.
Bill, you're nowhere near. I would put Zach in that category of
Bill.
making like the Final Four championship possibility at the moment. I think his team's very solid. He's also going to get Lamar back here pretty soon, I would think. And Kincaid was on bye, so yeah, it's looking like pretty. Really, the only question mark on Zach's team is kind of that last flex spot, or that RB2. I mean, Jalen Warren's a good RB2, but then you kind of have a flex spot. He really just needs Bill to keep performing if Romeo Dobbs is going to do good.
Don't question my team, golfer.
On Bill's side, he did the historic 3 tight ends, and
Up
that
100 points.
What a
that
fucking-
worked exactly how we all called it last week
Jesus.
when we saw it. He had to start
It would've beat
DeAndre
Pook.
Miller.
Would've
Yeah,
been-
you would have beat Pook. So if only you were playing Pook every week. Herbert, though, had a nice game, which he's now traded off. We'll talk about that here in a minute. Gibbs was the highlight for Bill's team. Got him over the 100 mark. The rest, just complete pish.
Oh.
McMillan came back down to earth. Kittle, they baited him saying he was back, but he wasn't really even back. And then his other tight ends, we said last week his tight ends would all equal 10 or less, and they
Yikes,
combined
Bill.
for 10. So
Well.
Bill, I mean, your kicker was probably your highlight. Man, Zach, you might want to trade for this kicker. 19 points for Bill.
I already
That's
tried.
big. Oh, you already tried. Okay. Couldn't you, I think you could have picked him up a couple weeks ago when Cheese had him and dropped him, but I think.
It's okay, I got a new kicker.
Anyways, Bill, I'll start with you. Comments on this matchup or the season so far, or anything you'd like to say?
Facing Zach was like going to the casino. It was over real quick.
Okay.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It was over
they
pretty
always
quick.
get the money.
Thursday night.
Money. All right. Are you in the same mindset of me of just avoiding to get last, or do you still think you could make a run at this?
I mean, I'm pretty confident. I have good running backs. Igbuka's still good. I have a really good kicker. It's National Tight End Weekend. I'm still starting 3 tight
Bill
ends.
is back.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Oh,
you're
especially
gonna
Tyler.
start 3
Tyler's
tight
got so
ends
many
again?
injuries.
They said I have a good kicker.
Three
I
tight
mean,
ends, one lineup.
it starts with Tyler, and then I'm going all the way.
Tyler's team's a good team. If you beat that, I'll be impressed.
He's had to pick up a quarterback. He's had to pick up a random running back. Have you seen his lineup?
Yeah.
It doesn't look very
Is
good.
Puka back though?
Bill, does your lineup look
Bill,
good,
I have a
buddy?
question. Can you ask people if their lineup looks good if you're starting 3 tight ends?
Yeah.
It's National Tight End Weekend.
Yeah, for good tight ends.
Bill,
Maybe Kittle
I-
will have 20, but these
I
other
exclude
tight
you
ends.
from everybody's excuses of like Pook and shit because you are a dad and you have to take care of 4 kids, so you're a busy guy.
It's only 3.
Well, I guess what does it for me
Hey,
is...
Ernie
Wow,
also has
fake Ray.
kids.
Hey.
Whoa,
Whoa.
whoa. And a girlfriend.
You don't know that.
Or
Whoa.
boyfriend. Or boyfriend, not confirmed.
Oh,
Whoa.
yeah,
Not
yeah,
confirmed.
whatever.
Anyways, I guess what does it for me is when you start out your comment saying you have hope and you name like 2 things with Gibbs and whatever, and then the
And your
third
kicker.
thing you name is a kicker, a good kicker. I think that kind of just sums it up. All right,
What the
Zach, any other comments you want to make on your position or
Nope.
team? Or...
Thanks, Bill, for the free win. None of my players got injured, so great week overall.
You know, Zach, I will give you some credit similar to the line
I have a
of
question for
Kroenke.
Zach after.
Okay, I was
Go
just going to
ahead,
give
go
him credit real quick. You know, a few weeks ago we looked at your lineup. That Jackson 5 was absolutely disintegrated to nothing basically, and you have turned it around. You are back with the Jackson 5. You definitely have some really good players, and they're looking really good. And
I
your,
have a good question.
your trades this year have been very
Trades
good for
worked
you.
out.
Yeah,
Yep.
you've made some good trades. So credit to you. All right, go ahead, Rat.
The real question is, do we have to turn the Jackson 5 into the Stafford 5?
Limar is gonna take his time, and when he's ready, he'll be back.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You have a good team, sir.
Oh, wow.
Thank you. Thanks
can't believe
for
I'm
the
saying
free
it,
win,
but-
Bill. Thanks
Is
for
it
the
better
free
than
win,
your
Bill.
team? Yes. Zach's
Oh,
up there.
wow.
Zach's up there with a zombie as
Okay.
tier A.
Okay. All right. We'll
Yeah.
get with
Okay,
that here
that's.
after a minute.
I don't know
All
What
right,
about
the
zombie.
fuck?
All right.
He
Moving
figured
on, buddy.
tier B.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. All right.
You're
Moving on.
B.
Moving on to the next matchup.
Okay,
We
Pusa.
saw another decently scored matchup, but Rat falls
Zombie got
to
lucky.
Zombie 121 to 146. I'm sure Rat would have really loved to beat Zombie and send him to 3-4. Instead, he falls. It was close for a while. There was some hope. But then it all came crashing down pretty quickly on Monday Night Football
Yeah.
when Jared Goff threw to St. Brown right away for a touchdown, and that kind of was the difference.
And the Bill.
Bill at the
Turn the
basketball
Bill, let the
court.
basketballs go, Bill.
Turn-
Let the kids shoot, not you.
This is
Baker
a PG-13 show, Bill.
Baker Mayfield
You
with
might have
11
to-
points, not great.
PG-13 show.
J.K.
rated R.
Dobbins. I don't know if I can do this. J.K. Dobbins, Rico Dowdle, just kind of average. You know, the Sonic and Knuckles thing, it didn't work. 7.5 and 10. Good luck doing that in the future weeks. Nico Collins also picked
a
up a
kicking.
concussion. C.D. Lamb, though, had a nice comeback game. He made that nice long touchdown. And Jonnu Smith is decent. And Devontae Smith, big. Rat comments to falling out.
Get him out of here, Pusa. Get him out of here,
Mute him.
Pusa.
Just mute him.
I need the mute Bill. Hold on. Holy shit.
Hello,
comments?
Bill.
Okay, hold on. So, my team was putting up 80, 90 points, and now we're starting to put up a consistent 120 these last couple weeks. Team's getting better. It's not good. You know, it has to get better still. Zombie got lucky because his tight end in the third quarter with 2 minutes left had like 2 points, and then out of
Lucky
nowhere he
Bill.
got 29 points. So Zombie got lucky.
You did.
Okay.
I should
You know
have
when Bill's
won.
back.
Basically, Zombie's side, he loves to see Rasheed Rice come back with 7 catches,
Yeah,
10
and
targets,
he
and 2
got
touchdowns.
Dominated
And then
2
the tight
touchdowns.
end was lucky. Like, this guy was out of nowhere, and then he has 29 points.
They donated 2 touchdowns over Rasheed Rice at the 1 yard line. That was
I mean,
a lot
he
of.
still had 10 targets, despite.
I get that, but did you see his touchdowns? They were at the 1 yard line.
Yes. Well,
Both of them.
you throw them up to him.
No, we run them in. But yeah,
Um,
I'm lucky. We'll come back.
Any comments on your Carolina boys?
I mean, Dowd is obviously the clear back now. 17 carries, 79 yards. It's
I
not
mean,
bad
this
if you
was
get the
Chubb's-
touchdown.
Chuba's first game back. He had 14.
Yeah, but Dowdle still 17 for 79 is not bad. Just get a touchdown here, and that's a good score. So, I mean, he didn't.
But
That's not a
yes,
bad-
But you were saying they were both gonna have like big games together.
Oh, not every week. I never said that.
It was the Jets.
I
If
said-
not that week, then when?
Oh, Buffalo's a shitty run defense, so why not this week?
All right. So will you be
Okay.
starting them both?
My 10 to 12 points is better than Pacheco at 8 to 6 to 8.
Are you starting them both?
We will have to look up the lineup decisions when that time comes. But right now,
I'm gonna make
at
a
the
take
moment,
right here. You tried to say how you have Sonic and Knuckles, but you
Yes.
will not start both of them together once.
not at the moment with the lineup. 'Cause...
Then you can't
No, I
call them
have to.
Sonic and Knuckles.
No, week 10 they will be started.
You can't call them Sonic and Knuckles if
hold
you're
on.
never going to start them.
Week 10 is a
Okay,
guaranteed start in
why?
them
Because
both.
JK's on bye or something?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
no, that doesn't count. I'm talking
Yes,
about
it does.
when. No,
It counts.
I'm not talking because of
Actually,
buys.
JK isn't on bye.
I'm talking
Ruthie's on bye.
just when they're all healthy and playing.
That will have to be looked into. I haven't looked into it. But
Okay.
yeah, other than buys and
All right, so you're 3-4 and you're optimistic still.
yeah, I still think I can win to make the
Win
playoffs
what?
and see.
To make the playoffs.
Yeah,
Okay.
to make the playoffs, but
All right.
the team's looking better than it did the first couple weeks. The first couple weeks I was putting up like 70 to 90 points, and now I'm putting up a consistent 120. So
Okay.
at least I'm getting points out of people.
All right. Anyone else
Your
want to
team
make
sucks,
any
buddy.
comments on this?
Wow,
matchup?
is that?
Your team sucks.
Okay. All right. Moving on then to the final matchup of the week.
Oh boy.
So Anth puts up a good number against me last week, and then comes back and shits the bed this week with under 100 points. Go figure. Slaps picks up a 110 to 98 win, lower scoring matchup here. Another good win for Slaps to move now to 5-2. I kind of group Cheese and Slaps in the same category, where they have gotten some wins this year that they probably didn't deserve, but have pulled them out. And this all while Slaps continues to start Justin Fields, who he says he's gonna, dropping him, which I guess he did after this game. Kyron had one of his worst games, but did hit the player prop just barely. Chase Brown, I guess the highlight of the season so far with 12 points.
Still playing basketball.
Devontae Adams had a big game with 3 touchdowns. That was kind of the highlight of Slaps' team, as they just force-fed him as well in the goal line. He had to start Chris Moore, who only had 7.9 points. Tucker Kraft had a nice game. Josh Jacobs does his normal thing. And Trey Tucker just single-digit. I mean, 8.3 when you lose 31-0 is not horrible. On Ant's side, Patrick Mahomes continues to do his normal thing. Etienne continues to fall back down to earth. I mean, this is now 3 weeks under 10 points. This Etienne, I think, when at the end of the season, I think we will look at Etienne as the biggest player that you should have traded on a high. There's always a couple players that start out strong, and if you're smart enough to trade them at the high and get something for them, this just screams to me the guy this year that you should have traded on a high after the 19 points, because I think for the rest of the season he's going to filter out and not be that great. Kamara, also rough. I mean, Breece Hall, who he had before, isn't much better, so that's kind of not that huge. DK Metcalf had a bad game. I don't know how. It was a fucking shootout, 33-31. He was the only player in fantasy in that game that did not have 10 points or more. Drake London, of course, where was this 8.2 game last week, Drake London, when I needed you to do this type of game? Instead, he put up 30-some. This week came crashing way back down. Laporta as well looked great last week, got a touchdown against me. If these two scores, 8.2 and 4.5, happened last week, I win, but of course not. Stevenson gets 16, continues to just get the carries no matter what happens. Henderson's not getting that ball. And then Pittman had a big game for Anth. But all those other single-digit points, his running back shitting the bed, DK not doing good, London not doing good, and Laporta not doing good was all too much to overcome as Slaps got the win. Anybody want to make any comments on this matchup?
Slaps is going to choke.
Slaps is going to choke. Okay. Interesting.
Yes, Slaps will not be in the playoffs at the end of the year.
Okay. At 5-2, that's a pretty bold statement.
He's a pile of piss.
Okay. Interesting. See, I could kind of see Ant's team not making the playoffs, but we'll get to that in a second. All right. Looking here at the standings then after week 7 in the books. As I said, we got a new guy at the top, Zach, at the 5-2. We now have 4 teams at 5-2 all tied for that first spot record-wise, but it is Zach on points 4. He is him and Zombie and Cronky are the only ones with a points 4 over 900. So he's at the top. Tyler then in second, Cheese in third. Cheese does have a good points for, even though we were saying how he's kind of getting lucky with some of these matchups. At least he's winning some close.
Look at my points
high-scoring.
against. I have the most points
Okay.
against.
Shut up,
By
Cheese. You
10
mid.
by 10 points over Zach.
Wow.
Relax. As I said, you've gotten lucky on some of them, but at least you're scoring high
Okay.
points and winning.
I was in
That
the other
way.
room. I haven't gotten lucky like Slash, but like my luck wins are 154 to 153,
That's
not
what I just said.
105
That's what I just
to
said.
90.
I was giving you some credit
Thank
on
you.
that because your points for is high. Slaps, on the other hand, 5 and 2 as well, but has the lowest points for of the 4, 5, and 2 teams. Kind of goes along the line of what we were saying about Slaps' team. On Zombies' side, high points for, but 4 and 3. So we'll see if Zombie can go on a run here and get that number 1 spot back. We also have Cronky at 4 and 3, and then the final playoff team at 4 and 3 at the moment. So, it usually final playoff spots either 6 or 7 wins. Most of the time, 7 wins. It's kind of trending to 7 wins based off of how everyone in the playoffs has the positive record right now. So that's kind of looking like how it will shape out. Then we have Rat just on the outside looking in, the only 3 and 4 team. So that's good for Rat that he really just has to try to jump one of these 4 and 3 teams, and at least everyone else is a game already behind him. Ernie, myself, and Bill. I think out of us 3, 2, and 5 teams, Ernie definitely looks in the best position to get himself back into the conversation to get that 7th spot. And then obviously Pook at 1 and 6.
At least you're honest with yourself, Golfer.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm always honest about my team. It's not looking great, especially with what happened with Mike Evans now, and this week's another loss because of. We'll get into that though. All right, so looking at the standings. Now it's time to make a little prediction here. Who's looking like the playoff teams, and who is your championship game at the moment, 7 weeks into the season? So think about that. I'll go first. I think the only question for me is, do I boot Anth or Slaps and put in Ernie? I think out of all the teams outside of the playoffs
I think you gotta
right
put
now,
yourself in.
I think
Hello?
Ernie's the only one that has a decent chance to get in it.
Whoa.
I think Rat, you'll be in contention all the way, but I think you'll just miss out.
Alright.
The real question is, if I believe Slaps and Anth will both miss, then maybe you get in. But I think Anth will make it, and I think Slaps might just fall out and collapse. One of these teams is collapsing. I think it's Slaps. So I'll say Ernie jumps in and Slaps falls out. And then championship-wise, I really think at the moment, there's only 4 teams that have a realistic chance that I could see winning it all right now, based right now today on how their lineups look. I think the championship contenders are Zach, Tyler, Zombie, and Cronky.
Tyler.
And
Wow.
I think I will say my championship right now will be Zombie versus Zach.
Oh, fuck you up, Zombie.
And
Fuck you up, buddy.
unfortunately, I'd give it a slight edge to Zombie at the moment.
Okay. I'll remember that, Golfer.
I mean, I'm only saying that because of our conversation a little bit ago. So, all right. Who wants to
I'll
go
remember
next?
that.
Cheese?
Me.
Oh, Rat, go ahead.
Rat's going next.
I'm going above Slaps. He's choking. I already said that.
Okay.
Ernie and I agree with you. Right now it's Ernie or Anth. Man, it's pretty even. I think I look at their teams as pretty even, so it's pretty hard. Right now,
Anth has
I
a
would give it to
2-game
Anth
lead
because
on
the
him.
record. Yeah, right now, I would give.
And
I
their
really do
point score
truly
is pretty
think
close.
that Slaps could choke, just knowing his issues now that he has.
Okay.
Championship team. I don't have a true matchup, but Zombie's my current champion right now. Because I hate to
Who
say it.
else is in the championship contender title?
I would say Zach, because I think
So
the
just
Jamar.
2 teams.
Yeah, I mean that's like my 2 favorites. I can't okay, who is in it in order? It's Zombie, Zach, Cronky, Tyler, Cheese.
Okay, so you could
Cheese.
see
I'm below Tyler.
you could see
Yes,
those
you're below
5
Tyler.
possibly winning it.
I don't
That's
see
what-
Chiefs winning it. No.
That's
Okay.
but
Okay.
okay. Championship
fuck is
contender
wrong
means
with
who
you?
could
Your
realistically
team is
win the
ass,
championship.
cheese. Your team is
Okay.
ass.
Who could win the
It's an
championship?
easy
Okay.
assignment. You're
Okay,
making it
he's-
too complicated.
Not Zombie, Pusa, Zach, Tyler. Those are the four that I think can win the championship.
Okay, so same as
My championship matchup
Yes.
is Zach and Zombie,
Okay.
with Zombie winning.
All right. And the best thing about doing these
Wow.
right now after week 7 is in a couple weeks that could all change. Just like a
Here's
few
the
weeks ago,
thing
how
with-
Zach's team totally
I like
changed.
Tyler's and Cronky's team, and I think the difference between like Tyler and Zach is the Jamar Chase and Puka. I think Zach has better all-around team, like a better all-around team than Tyler does.
Okay.
So that's
Fair
why
enough.
Zach's above Tyler.
All right. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
All right.
Me. I think Ernie's unfortunately cooked
Hmm.
because if we look at next week, he's on bye fucking Geddon against Slaps. So Slaps is going to
Okay,
get
but he's
gifted a
gonna
win.
get a free win versus me this week. So
No, Ernie's cooked, unfortunately.
Oh, I think
Slaps
Golfer's
is definitely making the playoffs. I think Anth might get knocked out of the teams.
so then who's getting in if you think Ernie's cooked? Rat.
Rats. I think Rats going to
Okay.
sneak in.
Okay. And obviously, you
Championship
think you're gonna
contenders.
make it. You're not gonna-
Me, Zach. No, me, Zach, Zombie, Putza are
Okay.
the 4 championship
Wow.
contenders.
So
Tyler,
players-
wow.
And
Okay.
There's not.
and I'll be taking Zach down in the finals.
The battle of those lottery balls in the final will maybe Zach's
The
picking
number
the right
1
ball comes
overall
back to hurt
pick.
him.
Oh yeah,
Where
no, that will
Cheese
come through
beats
for
you
me.
in the
That will
final
come
to
through.
get revenge.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Okay.
All right, Cronky.
CMC, Allen dropping 40 apiece.
Now, the
CMC
worst
ain't making it
outcome
that
for
far in the
Chiefs
season.
winning
We know
it
that.
would
What'd
be
you
beating
say?
Zach.
Cronky,
Huh?
you're up.
I said if Chiefs did win it, the
Oh,
funny
okay.
outcome would be beating
I
Zach.
think I'm making the playoffs. I think Zombie's making the playoffs. I think Zach is making the playoffs. I think It is making the playoffs.
Okay.
I think Tyler's making the playoffs.
Okay.
I think Rat is making the playoffs.
Okay. So who is falling out? That's currently in the top 7.
I think Cheese is making the playoffs. So that would leave
Slaps
Ernie is out. Slaps is out. Bill is out.
and
Luke
Rat.
is out. Golfer's out.
Okay.
And Rat is in.
So you could have just said this a little easier way. Slaps is falling out and Rat is getting in. Okay.
Yep.
And your championship contenders. Who could you see winning out?
I'll give 4, even though there's only 2, I think, really, realistically.
Well,
Um,
hold on. Wait. Let's not go down the
I
same
know it's
rabbit hole that
two.
Rat went down.
I know it's two.
Championship contender is who do you think can actually win the championship? If you only think
Okay.
2, then only say 2. If you think 4,
No,
then say
there's luck involved in this, of course, so I'll label 4.
4. Okay.
I'll say me, for sure. Zombie is right there.
Okay.
Zach is And Anth.
You fucking
I
suck.
I think
Anth
Anth is
wow. Anth. Okay. That's a little surprising. All
The
right.
newcomer.
I think it's just surprising based on how his team kind of looks, but okay, interesting. All right, Zach.
Okay, let's see here. I will be making the playoffs.
Okay, can you instead of going one by one, can you see the top 7 in the standings? Is any of them
Right.
currently that are in the playoffs not gonna make it, and then who is bumping up from?
We're
eight?
having trouble doing this assignment.
It's not hard.
how's our NBA bet looking?
Oof.
So look at the top
Cook's
7.
gonna make the playoffs. Bill's gonna make the playoffs. Golfer's gonna make the playoffs.
Bill.
Ernie's gonna sneak in there. Anthony's coming out. Poose's team sucks. Cheese might slide out.
Bill.
And then
Okay. So basically, the whole standings is just gonna flip,
it's
except
gonna
for you.
shift. It's gonna shift.
Okay, that would be crazy. All right, and your championship contenders.
Ernie. Bill with 3 tight ends.
Okay, you didn't say yourself.
I guess we'll throw myself in there. I have
Okay.
Lemar.
Okay. You guess. All right.
On a bye, and then it'll be me and Ernie in the championship, and we might tie.
Okay. All right. All right. Is Bill still bouncing basketballs or
I think so.
is he
Lol,
here?
Bill.
Oh
You
no,
leave
Bill's
him for
not
the-
bouncing. Bill.
Bill,
See here?
Bill's good. Bill's alive.
Oh
I'm here.
my God,
All
no
right.
way.
How'd,
me unmute
how'd
him.
practice go?
It's almost over.
Oh, okay.
Bill, all we heard
anyways,
was bouncing basketballs
your
for a
playoff
couple
prediction
minutes.
at the moment, is there any of the top 7 that currently are there that is falling, and then who's getting in?
Moving out, not moving in. Obviously.
You're moving in. For who?
Yep. For Slaps.
Okay.
Everybody got left out.
All right, and then your championship, who do you see right now that could win it all?
Zombie and Zach wins it all.
Wow.
So just those two?
Wow,
praise for
Bill,
that.
wow.
Holy shit.
All
Wow.
right, there we go. All right,
Borderline.
looking by the way, the player prop parlay this past week was not a good week. There was about 5 of us that hit. I didn't update the graphic, but I'll update it when we get our picks in for this week. As Bill mentioned in the chat earlier, it is National Tight End Week this upcoming week in Week 8, so keep that in mind. I'm not saying you gotta pick a tight end for your prop, but just keep that in mind.
Jason Taylor.
All right. Looking at waivers real quickly. It's really starting to dry up, but there was some money spent. Tyler just threw $33 at the Kansas City running back Rashad Smith. Obviously, Tyler has a lot of money, and so he's just going to splash it here at the end of the season. I don't think he would be going for that much in a different type of scenario. Zach picks up his boy Joe Flacco, who has revived Jamar Chase. Decent pickup there, considering you got Chase. Slaps picks up Xavier Legette. Zombie picks up Calvin Austin. Cronky gets another tight end for maybe this upcoming week for National Tight End Week. Theo Johnson, who has looked decent as last week especially. Zach also makes a move at kicker once again. Shocker. I think this is what? Is this like your 4th
The White
kicker
Tucker,
move
the
or
White
5?
Tucker.
You finally got smart and went with the guy I've been telling you to go with forever. The new Justin Tucker.
I finally got my hands on him, yeah.
Jesus.
Wow.
Rat also made a kicker change. Wow, Rat, after he brought me a victory, but he didn't bring you one, so you dropped him. Yikes.
You think CJ Stroud's moving the ball, bro? Come on.
Buddy, he moves the ball just enough to get in field goal
Okay.
range. I mean, decent points. He got the job done for me.
Yeah,
9
not for me.
points. And then Zombie picks up Jeremy McNichols. So there is the free agency. Looking real quick, we did have one trade that this past week, pretty decent one for, actually, sorry, one trade with the 3-way, also one trade with Tyler and Slaps, but
We
I'm
don't
not
have
gonna
to talk
spend too
about
much time
that.
about that one. Fucking trade Tucker for Jawan Jennings. I think that's kind of mid for mid. The 3-way trade between Bill, Rat, and Zombie was an interesting one. Zombie finally gets a quarterback, Justin Herbert, for Zay Flowers and Tootin. Rat gets Zay Flowers for Pacheco. I don't know how, and Fab. I don't understand that. And then Bill gets Pacheco and Tootin for Herbert. So 2 running backs, one to help him this week with his buys for Herbert. Kind of the price quarterbacks go for. Kind of just mediocre running backs. I think the big winner in this trade potentially is Rat getting Zay Flowers for Pacheco, who he's been trying to trade away forever, and some Fab. Wow, that's giving up a lot. I don't understand that. Especially, I don't understand it from Zombie when just 2 weeks ago he could have traded Zay Flowers for Hurts in a trade with Hurts, and now it turns into Herbert for his Flowers and Tunes. So I don't understand it from Zombie. Seems like he's selling low on Zay Flowers considering Lamar hasn't been playing the last few weeks and had to bye. So I don't understand it from Zombie, but he needed a quarterback to kind of complete his team. He gave up a little bit of his depth wide receiver for him. We'll see if that comes back to bite Zombie. If he gets a wide receiver injury, he could be missing Zay Flowers, and that could hurt his team. So I definitely like it the most for Rat. Rat, your comments after this fleece of a trade?
I respectfully say I took them behind the shed.
Yeah. And you know, you're lucky I wasn't in a mood when that trade happened because I could have easily went on a tangent to get even more revenge for
I
your
felt like I was
tangent.
trading with like slaps or something at this point. Like at first, like I thought I was trading with the
Yeah.
good
Now that I
slaps.
think
Like a
about it, I really should have went on a tangent on how
yeah.
the hell we were letting. Because Zay Flowers
Um,
is definitely going for more than 25 fab and fucking Pacheco. But anyways, Bill, your
yeah.
comments on the trade from your end. Back
And
up
Bill's not here.
Okay.
No comment. No
No
comment.
comment.
I got what I needed. I'm good.
Okay.
Okay, buddy.
Zombie also did want Fab instead of Keon. I know Keon Coleman's not much, but I don't know what the waiver wire why you needed 25 Fab, but he also could have taken Keon Coleman. But he didn't want Keon Coleman.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, maybe
I don't
Zombie
know.
will join and we can ask about this, but I don't understand that trade. He gave up his depth. I know he gets his boy Herb, so maybe finally Bill was able to cash in a little bit on Herb to Zombie. I know he's been trying for a while, and finally Zombie. I just don't understand. I'd love to ask Zombie why a couple weeks ago you didn't want to trade Flowers for Hurts, but then now you just end up trading Flowers for Herbert and some fab. I don't get it. All right, so there's that. Looking ahead to week number 8, we'll start with the first matchup. I've already kind of alluded. I have not much hopes for this week as my lineup is pretty atrocious. Facing Ernie, of course, though I should have looked at my buys a little better because if I would have knew I would have had so many players on buy the week I played Ernie, I wouldn't have fucking took those players. Or maybe I would have traded them earlier. But anyways, congrats to Ernie. He's going to get a free win this week that he much needs in a battle of 2 and 5s. Projected to win big, and I expect him to win big. He has got Drake May against Cleveland. Cleveland, decent defense, but Drake May's been on fire. Saquon Barkley against the Giants. I love the Giants, but I feel like this is a week after that collapse last week to Denver, and the fact that the Eagles just lost to them 2 weeks
Anytime you're gonna
ago.
bring up Denver,
I
bro.
feel like the Eagles are going to come out and just absolutely mop the floor with the Giants this week in revenge. And Barkley could be a huge bounce back candidate this week. It would not surprise me if he scores over 20 points for the first time this season because of the spot he's in. Judkins against New England. After his 3 touchdown game last week, all I can hope for is he has a shit game this week. A.J. Brown as well against the Giants, as I mentioned. I think the
He
Eagles
does have a
will.
questionable hamstring injury.
Yeah, they already said he's going to play.
I know. I'm just trying to think.
Quentin Johnson tomorrow night to get him started against Minnesota. Chargers, Minnesota. He's been pretty good. Could probably expect at least 10 points from him tomorrow night. He's going with Schultz at tight end against the 49ers. 49ers a decent defense. Garrett Wilson, that's the kind of only spot that hopefully he doesn't play. That way that helps me a little bit. Maybe gives me a slim chance with him not playing. Higgins against the Jets, though, that's another good matchup for him to have some points. And then Aubrey against Denver. If Garrett Wilson doesn't play, he's got Monty on bye, so who would he throw in? I guess Kyle Pitts against Miami. Wow, I'm surprised he's not starting Kyle Pitts against Miami just in his tight end spot. It's National Tight End Week, and he's playing Miami. Interesting. On my side, Bo Nix against the Cowboys. After that 40-point incredible fourth quarter by Bo this past week, hopefully he can back that up with another big game against that Dallas defense. That shit, hopefully. Vidal tomorrow with Genty on bye. Tomorrow night against Minnesota, so we both have a Thursday night player. Hopefully the game script will be a little better for the Chargers and they won't be so ass right from the start and get down big like they did this past week against the Colts. Hopefully he can get over 10 points to get me started. At least try to match Quentin Johnson, hopefully. DeAndre Swift at the moment against Baltimore. Defense has been pretty bad for Baltimore and Swift has been on a heater. However, there is a pending trade between me and Cheese that might send him off my team. Tez Johnson against the Saints. I'm going to take a flyer with him this week. He's caught a touchdown the last 2 weeks. He's playing the Saints. The Bucks are probably going to bounce back in a big way after that bad performance against the Lions. So hoping he can get into the end zone once again with Evans out, obviously, and maybe Godwin out as well. George Pickens against Denver. Tougher matchup for the receivers, but I'm sure the attention will be on CeeDee Lamb. Evan Ingram against Dallas as well. Tony Pollard at the moment against the Colts. I don't like that matchup. I don't like Pollard this week, but don't have any other options as Harrison, Genty, and Brian Thomas are all on bye. And of course, Mike Evans is out for the year. And then Rashid Shaheed against Tampa Bay. I had to throw him in there a few weeks ago against Rat, and he had a big game. So hopefully somehow he can do that again. And then Bucker on Monday night. So I do have a Monday night kicker. As I said, Ernie, congrats on your win between injuries and bye. No way you don't win this one, buddy. GG. You won. All right. Cheese, who's winning this matchup? It's Cheese.
Ernie.
Okay.
Ernie's got it.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Rat.
I never pick a guy that doesn't pick himself, so yeah, Ernie
Yep.
by at least 675.
Thank you. Thank you. Zach.
Golfer, I think you should have a little more hope in your team, buddy.
Why? Why? Give me one reason. why.
Just don't be so negative. I
You
think
know
one
why.
reason why.
Listen, you
Looking
can
at
at
this
least
lineup looks like your
Golfer.
lineup 3 weeks ago, buddy.
relax, buddy. You can at least pull out a tie here, at
Okay.
least.
All right. I'll take a tie. If you offered me it right now, I would take
I
it.
think this game is going to be a tie. It's going to be a high-scoring tie.
All right. Cronky.
Speechless.
Cronky here.
AFK.
Cronky not here. Okay. Bill. Is Bill here?
Bill.
Going once. Bill going twice.
Twice,
Not here.
the ball might have hit his head.
Okay.
Oh my God, he might have
All right.
gotten concussed.
Moving on then to the next match. Is Cronky's not here? We'll try to skip his matchup for now then. Moving on then to the next matchup, we got Zach after his strong performances the last couple weeks, now taking on Pook. So not only did he get to play Bill last week, but now he gets to take on Pook this
Gonna be a
week.
great matchup.
Yeah, I know why you said 6-2 earlier. So
Lol.
yeah, the Jackson 5 taking on Mr. 7-0. Something tells me that will go to what, 6? Wait, what happens if he loses this week? Does it just go down to 6-0, or does he? Because then he can't. His whole thing was the record is what he's gonna go to like make the playoffs or something. So
Yeah, he's out then.
but if he has to go 6-0, that might,
Eliminated.
that would get him at 7 wins still, I guess. So he would still have a chance.
Yeah, but he would never win on points for.
Yeah, but well, I'm assuming if he did go 6-0, he'd score a lot of points to win all those weeks. So to fix his
He
points
could have
for.
some slaps wins.
So you-
So
are you
I
giving
am
him help?
sending Pook to the beach.
I'm
this
not
week,
giving
huh?
him. I'm not. No, you wouldn't be sending him to the beach. I'm just asking what happens to his team name if he loses.
Hello?
Because
He'll
each
change it. He should just change
each
it
week
to
he
my
was
JV
dropping
team
his
name,
loss
S.
down 1, but now his losses are at 0. So what does it go to like 7 and -1? Anyways.
Lol.
All right, Cronky, we skipped your matchup. We'll come back to it. Did you want to real quickly give who's winning between me and Ernie? It was a clean
Remember,
sweep for Ernie
golfer
besides
picked
Zach,
himself.
so
Golfer picked Ernie.
yeah, so it's an easy call for you. As you said, I
I
have
I
the
wouldn't
worst
say
team
it's
in
an
the league.
easy call.
Buddy, you
but I
said I
did
have the
pick Ernie.
worst team in the league, and my
You
team's
do.
in shambles this week.
Disrespect.
Yeah, I'm picking Ernie.
Okay, thank you. All right, so yeah, Pook and Zach. Zach projected to win pretty big, 123-109. Zach has Joe Flacco against the Jets. Good matchup there for Joe to continue a nice run of games. Is Stafford's on bye. If Lamar plays, it'll be interesting to see if he puts him in against Chicago or if he goes with
Let him rest.
Flacco. Jonathan Taylor against the Titans. Another great matchup for Taylor to have another monster game. Bill on Monday night against Kansas City. Kansas City absolutely shut down Genty. We'll see. Bill's been boom or bust. Well, it kind of leans more towards bust on Monday night, but we'll see. Jamar Chase against the Jets, obviously.
Boom.
Lad McConkey to get him started tomorrow against Minnesota.
My
Dalton
lad.
Kincaid, assuming he plays against Carolina, is pretty good. Zach Ertz, so we'll go with the double tight end strat on tight end week.
Yep.
That.
Like,
Zach Ertz has been very good. He was a throw-in in our trade that you said you'll just take, but he's had some big games
Yeah.
the last 2 weeks.
Huge games.
Jalen Warren on Sunday night against Green Bay, and then the new Justin Tucker against Chicago. On Pook's side, obviously we know the top two on Pook's team, because as we mentioned earlier, they're the only two to really talk about. Dak Prescott against Denver, though. Tougher matchup, but the Cowboys their offense just looks unstoppable no matter who they play. They put up points, so they probably still will. And I mean, the Giants scored 31 on us last week, so. Cam Scatabo against Philly, this time in Philly. You know, my thoughts on that game. I think they kind of shut down the Giants and get revenge this week, so maybe a lesser game for Scatabo this week. Brees Hall against Cincinnati. Don't know what to expect out of him. The Jets are complete ass. Diggs as well, questionable against Cleveland. That's a tougher defense. I don't know about Diggs. Jalen Waddle looking for a bounce back game in Atlanta. Atlanta's defense is kind of sneaky, and the Dolphins are just a mess. And then he's still got M. Taylor in there against Cincinnati. I'm not even going to comment on that. Khalil Shakir back in there off the bye against Carolina. That's one decent spot possibly for Pook to get some points with Shakir. And then he's got Golding in there on Sunday night against Pittsburgh. I like what I've been seeing out of Golding the last couple weeks. The points necessarily haven't shown it, but he has been more involved. And then Eddie Pinheiro against Houston. So he's finally benching Henderson against Cleveland. That's a smart move. And Charbonnet's on bye, so he doesn't need to worry about that. And Brock Bowers is on bye. So I guess he's rolling with M. Taylor again this week. I mean,
Who the
Cincinnati.
fuck is M. Taylor?
Cincinnati is pretty bad. Cincinnati is pretty bad against tight ends, as we saw last week with the Pittsburgh tight ends. So I guess this may be the one and only week you could play this guy possibly, although it's still Tyrod Taylor throwing him the ball. I'm taking Zach in a blowout. It will not be as big of a blowout as Kroenke did last week, though. I think Zach wins by
Buddy,
about
my blowout
25
was the
to
biggest
30.
blowout last
No, I'm
week
talking about
against
Pook.
Bill.
Buddy, I'm talking about Pook versus Kroenke last week. Kroenke beat him by like 40, 50. I think you beat him by like 25, 30. Cheese.
It's Zach.
Okay. Rat.
So this is going to be a hot take,
Oh,
but
boy. How hot?
it's going to be hot. That I don't think Pook gets blown out the worst this week
Okay.
because Bill is starting 3 tight ends still, but Pook is going to lose by 65 still. Pook, you're already on the beach, so I'll send you something else if you really want a gift or something. 'cause
Lol.
Your season's over. It's been over, but it just adds salt to the wound.
Okay.
You have 0 chance of winning.
Okay.
Yep.
Kroenke.
I'm taking Zach, but I think Pook's going to put up a respectable score this week.
Okay. And Zach is.
Wait, who did he just pick?
He said you're winning, but Pook's gonna make it somewhat
Oh,
interesting
okay.
with a decent score.
Well,
All right, Zach. Last week was a free win after Thursday. You knew you had won. Will you have this wrapped up early again this week?
well, if you remember, in recent fantasy years, Pook has been my fantasy kryptonite.
That is true. Yep.
So getting past him this week would be a huge W because that means I wouldn't have to face him again this year in
hmm
the playoffs. I can talk my shit for a year and one from Pook.
Unless he made the playoffs after losing.
Start a
again
new
this week.
dynasty. Start a dynasty. I now beat Pook from here on out, and every year I can beat him maybe 2, 3 years in a row. He's gone downhill as a fantasy manager, just like Zombie.
Yeah, I mean Zombie's still up there, but okay. All right, so you're gonna beat him and then talk shit for the rest of the year.
For a whole year, yeah.
Okay, wow. I think this is one of the few times you picked yourself and not a tie in your matchup. Interesting. I think that just shows the state of Pook's team at the moment. All right, moving
He sucks.
then to the matchup we skipped with Kroenke versus Slaps. As we talked about earlier, it's a battle of I control Slaps versus Slaps' team that Kroenke controls, apparently. Right now, ESPN projecting Kroenke to win 113 to 108. They both have some
It's
issues.
too high first left.
They both have some bye issues and some issues with their lineup, so that could make this a little more of a toss-up. Slaps at 5-2, Kroenke at 4-3, so it is a big matchup record-wise. Especially if Slaps could somehow get this win, he goes to 6-2 and falls Kroenke to 4-4. So I will definitely be rooting for you, Slaps. I don't know if it's possible, but I'll be rooting. Slaps has Marcus Mariota on Monday night, so he beat Tyler to picking him up. If you remember when Daniels was hurt the last few weeks, Tyler would pick him up late and play him. Tyler won't be able to do that this week as Slaps already picked him up. Monday night though, at Kansas City.
I don't think Tyler's
matchup.
even thinking about that.
I hate the matchup so much. Oh god, Kansas, especially what Kansas City just did this past week. Ugh. And they're starting to roll. Ooh, I don't know. Josh Jacobs against Pittsburgh on Sunday night.
It
That
gets
could
worse.
be decent. Chase Brown against the Jets. I mean, if Chase Brown can't get double-digit points this week, then when would he ever? Fat Diarrhea against Kansas City as well, so I guess he's going for the Mariota to Fat Diarrhea connection. Says he's trending in the right direction, but he is questionable, and it is a Monday night game, so let's see. Does he have like a backup plan in case for some reason? No, he has like everyone on bye. So yeah, he's gonna have to figure out something in case. I guess he'll wait and see the next couple days what happens with Debo, but yeah, he's gonna have to do something. Jawan Jennings against Houston, newly acquired for this week. Houston's defense is kind of sneaky. Tucker Kraft against Pittsburgh on Sunday night, so he's got a lot of Sunday night, Monday night players. Xavier Legette, who he picked up off waivers against Buffalo. Malik Washington against Atlanta. And Boswell. God, his lineup this week looks kind of close to mine. On Kroenke's side, he's got Jalen Hurts against the Giants. I think, as I said, a bounce back, blowout, revenge game for the Hurts and the Eagles. Especially
Easy win for the Giants.
I disagree this time.
Your Giants are losing by 40.
Jason
Sorry.
Miller, or not Jason Miller, sorry, fucking
Jordan Mason.
Jordan Mason. Thank you. On Thursday night against the Chargers tomorrow night to get them started. Bijan, of course, against Miami. Goddamn, that could be 30, 40 points for Bijan. It's just a matter of maybe they take the starters out in the second half.
Nope, he's gonna get fucked by the terrorist coach, and Tyler Algier is gonna have all the points.
I mean, that hasn't been happening that much this year.
Has nothing to do with it because he's starting Tyler out there. So
Is he?
Oh,
Yeah.
he is in the flex.
Oh, he's good
going.
then.
You know, it worked a couple weeks ago for him, and this
Oh,
is
it's gonna
the
work
matchup
again.
to do it. It'll
Fucking
probably
Miami.
work again.
both gonna have 4 touchdowns.
Kendrick Bourne against Houston, obviously with Pearsall and all their injuries. Although Slaps is hopefully banking on Jennings maybe outperforming Bourne for once. Justin Jefferson as well tomorrow night. Didn't even see that. So he's got 2 big running back and wide receiver tomorrow night to start him off. So that's going to be big in this matchup. Then Slayton in there against Philly. Don't really love that. Cade Otton on tight end against the Saints. I do like that tight end play this week. And Dicker as well Thursday night. So interesting. I do think this is going to be a close matchup just because some of the bye issues. But I am still going to take Kroenke because I think his double running back Falcons will work against Miami. I think Jefferson will have a good game tomorrow night against the Chargers defense, who just looks god-awful nowadays. And I think Hurts will play well. So I'm going to take Kroenke, but it will be a closer matchup than on paper how it looks. Cheese.
It's just Laps's QB is just so fucking bad.
Yeah.
That
I mean, I
And
don't think the
also-
QB's
okay.
that bad, but the matchup is just horrible.
no, the matchup. And also, his flex might be one of the worst flexes displayed this season.
Yeah, they're both like waiver wire guys.
So
These 2 teams suck.
Who's it is?
I mean, maybe if Slaps had like a Jalen Hurts on his team,
Okay, we're not going
this,
to get in
this could be competitive.
At least
but,
he doesn't have to face McBride because he's on bye. So
I mean, Pusa does have wide receiver 2 in Minnesota, so that's a good guy to have.
Okay, God,
Um,
this is good.
Okay, you're just gonna
No, you
just
We're gonna-
cap your ass,
Pusa's gonna
Yeah,
win.
one.
Pusa's gonna win. Pusa's gonna
gonna
win.
cap your ass off all night,
All right,
Slaps, or
wrap.
Pusa's
cheese.
gonna win.
Um,
I am.
I think Bills' 3 tight ends is a better start than Jawan Jennings, Malik Washington, and Legette. And
wow. So you think
Slaps is going to score the lowest points of the week, and he might
the
score
downfall
52.
starts?
He might
Okay.
score 52.
Okay.
And Pusa
All
wins
right,
comfortably.
Relax with 52.
What?
Thanks. Buddy.
Buddy, Malik
Jacobs and
Washington?
Tucker Kraft, and if Debo plays, those 3 alone can get more than 52 points.
Debo? Fat diarrhea?
Yes.
He's turned around. He's back to being fat diarrhea.
Okay.
Tell you that.
All right.
That's not the same Debo we saw.
Okay.
But
What do you mean?
But
Slaps thinks he's worth
he
Cortland
still
Sutton.
has a better lineup than you this week.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think it's pretty close. I think some of my flexes are better. I'll take Rashid Shaheed over either of those two wide
True.
receivers.
I'll take Rashid Shaheed over all three of them combined.
Okay.
I'll take Bill's tight end over those guys.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Zach.
Who's playing?
Slaps and Cronky.
Fine.
God, two shitters. They both lose.
Okay.
So they tie.
So they tie. All right. Zombie. We haven't gotten to your matchup yet. Would you like to make any comments though on your win versus Rat last week?
It was a easy victory over Rat.
Okay.
Okay.
He was very mad the whole week.
Okay.
He was insisting that everything was luck.
I mean, the
that
tight end
everything
was
was.
lucky as hell. You have to at least admit that.
Well done, Zombie.
But he had 2 points in the third quarter. And then he
Good,
put up,
fantasy management by you, but it's lucky a little bit.
and we should talk about how we all named Zombie basically as one of the favorites. And
Yeah,
His
we
trade.
did do playoff prediction and championship matchup, and a lot
And
of
his
people
trade
had
that he
you in the
made.
championship tier.
I
Yeah, we
didn't.
do. I do want to comment on your trade that you made, the three-way. We were all kind of wondering. Just a couple weeks ago, you said you could have traded Zay Flowers for Hurts, and you didn't do it because you thought, I guess, Zay Flowers was too high of a price for Hurts. But then you turn around this week and just let Rat absolutely fleece you by trading fucking Zay Flowers for Herbert, where Rat just gets Zay Flowers for Pacheco and some fab.
Whoa. Herb will lead me to a championship.
So is this just the Chargers bias
delusional.
kicking in finally, that you just overvalue Herbert compared to everybody else, so that's why you give up Zay Flowers for him when you could have had Hurts instead? Or do you regret not doing that Hurts trade now?
No, I think everyone's undervaluing him, buddy. And he will lead
So you
me
don't
to...
regret that
So you
not
think
doing the Hurts trade?
Herbert's a better fantasy quarterback than Hurts.
I think Herbert will have a better end to the year than Hurts, yes.
Okay, fair enough. Well,
Interesting.
that's on the record. We'll see if that happens. Thank you. All right. Who's winning between Cronky and Slaps, Zombie?
Wait, Cronky's 4-3, right?
He's five. He's 4-3, and Slaps is 5-2. However, both have Slaps really has bye issues this week. Cronky does a little bit.
We need Slaps to lose, so we will be picking Cronky.
Okay. All right. Interesting. All right. Cronky, are you talked about how you kind of just own Slaps. Are you going to own him again this week, or is he going to pull off some upset against you, which you probably wouldn't be able to live down?
So let's go back here. 2 weeks ago, I played who?
2 weeks ago? I don't fucking know. Did you play?
I played Cheese.
Oh.
Remember, I scored I beat him by almost doubled his points.
Okay. Yeah.
Then you played Pook last week, beat him by 50. That really
Okay.
was nice.
Yeah.
And then I play the guy that I talked the most shit on in the league.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna beat him by 30,
Okay.
just below what I had for Pook this week. But yeah, I don't think his team's worth a fuck. Like I said, I think he's gotten lucky up to this point. I think he's missing the playoffs, and that'll just further add to the resume of why he should be kicked from this league.
The team that you get players from easily.
Correct.
You
Correct.
control, you want him kicked from the league, which
You
But
basically have two
that's not
teams in
fair.
this league.
That's not fair to everybody.
The way I
That's not
look
fair
at
to
it
everybody,
is,
is it? Is it fair?
you have two teams in this league is the way I look at it.
Is that
yeah.
fair though? We can't have that.
Okay.
Can't have that. We got to be fair. We got to be
That's a
fair.
good point, Rat. Cronky, you basically have two teams in this league. And remember how at the start of the season you were saying, you can't have Anth in this league. He's just a second team for golfer. Well, how many trades have I been able to make with Anth this year?
That's
Exactly.
fair, but how many trades has he made in the first place?
One. He just made one 2 weeks ago.
With,
2 weeks
with
ago.
me.
Yeah.
I do want to know what happens every year that Slaps falls down. It seems like every time he makes a shit trade, it's with Pusa.
It's because
Slaps
he gets
has a fall down, and
I want to know how Slaps falls down. This is how he
and
falls down.
Pusa makes the
He
playoffs.
gets an injury that's a pretty decent sized injury, and he just instantly panics his ass off. And guess who's always the first DM right there in his DM as soon as that injury happens? Cronky. And he persuades him into fucking doing a trade because you need a wide receiver. Tyreek's out. You gotta get Adams. So that's how he panics, and Cronky's there to pick up the panic. That's what literally happens every time he gets an injury.
Isn't it great though? Oh, just the
No.
best.
Oh, come on, Slaps. Pull this up set somehow. All right. Moving on then to the next matchup. This is one of the bigger ones of the week. Cheese versus Rat. It's always nice when these two match up. Obviously, there's some history there the past couple seasons in facing each other, and it's kind of a big one for Rat. Cheese is 5-2. Rat is 3-4, just on the outside looking in. So he would definitely like to win this week to go to 4-4 and be right there in contention. If he loses this week and those 4 or the 4-3 teams win, then he's kind of, getting a little separation. So, Cheese has Josh Allen back off a bye versus Carolina. Pretty good matchup for him to have a good bounce back game after the bye week. McCaffrey against Houston. Obviously, it's McCaffrey. Woody Marks against San Fran. Not as great of a matchup, but maybe he has DeAndre Swift coming into that RB2 spot.
Woody Marks.
Hey, he got him the win this past week, Zombie. Scary Terry on Monday night against Kansas City. At the moment, like I said, he's in there, but might not be on his team. Cortland Sutton against the Cowboys. That's a good matchup there for Sutton. I'm sure Cheese in the first couple quarters will be bitching. Why isn't Sutton getting the ball? Why isn't fucking Bose trash? And then he'll end up with like 16 plus points, and everything will be fine. Ferguson against Denver. Obviously, Ferguson's been a beast this year. Addison on Thursday night to get him started against the Chargers. As I said before, Chargers defense has been looking like a hot ass. Addison should have a decent game again. Who are they? Are they starting Wentz again? Did they already announce that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's good for Addison then. Booty against Cleveland. I hate that matchup. I don't think he'll do much against Cleveland. And then McLaughlin against the Saints. On Rat's side, Baker Mayfield against New Orleans. Good bounce back potential there, assuming he plays. J.K. Dobbins against Dallas. I like that matchup. J.K.'s kind of been struggling a little bit the last few weeks. Decent spot here, though, for him to have a bigger game. Rico Dowdle. I'm not even going to really talk about him because I've already talked about him way too much the past week and a half. CD Lamb against Denver. Newly acquired fleece, Zay Flowers against Chicago. Don't see Pacheco anywhere on this lineup. Oh, yeah, because it was a straight-up fucking trade for Zay Flowers. Colston Loveland against Baltimore.
Is Zombie here?
Yes, we just talked
What?
about
Zombie,
him
that
a
was
minute ago.
fucking horseshit.
Were you not here when we just brought up that trade?
What?
Apparently not.
We're
That was
not
fucking
going back.
Like-
horseshit.
No,
Get
no,
your
no.
fucking head out of your
Cronky,
ass.
We're not going back. Cronky, we literally just spent like 5 minutes talking to Zombie about the trade.
Pusa, you literally traded what's his name to Cheese.
Jake Ferguson.
That's
That
not
is
Yeah.
nearly as bad. It's not nearly as bad as this trade. You're giving a I just don't understand. You said you didn't want to give up Zay Flowers for Hurts, and he's on a
Herbert's
low.
better.
He's on a low right now because he hasn't had a quarterback in a month.
Buddy, back
now
then I
Lamar's about to
needed
come
Zay
back.
Flowers. Now I don't need Zay Flowers.
Okay, and what happens if one of your wide receivers gets hurt? So you just want to
Whoa.
trade away your
Travis
depth?
Hunter.
Buddy, we're starting Demon Gadsden.
Okay. Devontae Smith against the Giants. Xavier Worthy on Monday nights. He's got a Monday night player and the new pickup McPherson against the Jets. Ooh, I think this is a close matchup to call. I don't like the booty play from Cheese. I'm gonna have to take Rat in a close, very close, probably like another like a 140 to 135 type of scoreline, where Cheese will surely bitch because he gets outscored in a high-scoring matchup. Just remember what happened this past week, Cheese, in Week 7, before you bitch in Week 8 about losing a high-scoring matchup. But I do think Rat pulls out this much-needed win for him. All right, Cronky, who is winning this matchup?
I really hope Rat does for shit talk's sake, because I think it's hilarious. Those two have a little rivalry. Cheese's luck has got to run out at some point.
Okay.
I mean,
But
I mean-
okay.
am I wrong? Am I wrong, Zombie?
Well, he doesn't have luck when you fucking gave him Ferguson, does he?
Shut the hell, Zombie. If you want to fire sell
What was
your
the
team, hit
Ferguson
me up
trade? I
first.
want to
buddy.
hear it. What was it? Ferguson for what?
I got Kraft. Then I flipped for Kraft for six slaps
For
and
Trey McBride. Yeah, so at the end of the day, it's still slap that comes
Wow.
out with the fucking.
Yeah, so it's all Slap's fault.
Okay, move on. So you think I'm winning or Cheese is winning? Because it seems like you're
Yeah,
pretty
who's
equal.
winning? I never heard who you said's winning.
Anthony.
What?
What?
Tied.
You cut out. You cut
Wow.
out.
Okay. All right.
No,
Zach.
Rat's winning. Rat's winning. Rat's winning.
Thanks. You know who to pick there. Don't get it twisted.
Did Cheese pick me?
No.
Cheese
I
hasn't
didn't.
picked yet.
No, did Cheese pick me
Exactly.
to win in my matchup?
Oh,
Yeah,
So they-
easily.
everybody.
So
Wow.
Fake Rat also,
Everybody.
Everybody
picked
picked
and
you,
they
buddy.
both picked me to be in the championship game.
Yeah.
Yes.
They both picked me to lose in
I
the
did not.
championship game.
Cheese picked him to beat you, so just think about that.
Who did you pick, Fake Rat?
I picked Zombie to beat you. But at least I
Wow.
didn't pick Cheese to beat you. Cheese picked himself to beat you.
Wow.
You're not losing that Cheese's shit team if you make it.
You know
I'll
what?
tell
You know
that.
what? I will be picking Cheese because I respect
Wow.
the fact that he puts himself in the championship game, and you got to pick yourself in that situation, even though
Wow.
he's wrong. But picking yourself is respectable. When Fake
Wow.
Rat just picks Zombie instead of himself, and Zombie to win, okay, buddy, you're delusional.
I appreciate that.
Okay. All right. Zombie.
I'm gonna go with Cheese.
Wow. You know what?
Okay. Wow.
Here's
Pretty.
my
I think
championship
this could be
prediction.
the closest matchup of the week. It's pretty split. All right.
If
All
you
right.
change your
Cheese,
prediction,
are
Fake
you
Rat, I
gonna
might have
take
to change
down
my
Rat and
prediction.
severely hurt his playoff hopes?
Yeah, CMC's outscoring Dobbins and Rico combined.
Ooh.
Well,
Okay.
Wow.
CMC is also
I am. I don't know.
outscoring Sonic and Knuckles combined by a lot.
uh-huh.
Triple.
Look.
Wait, what is
outscoring his
what,
own
what
life.
is this?
CD's gonna CD. Shut the fuck up, Zombie. It's my turn. to
Whoa!
Yeah, Zombie. Tell him,
Okay.
Oh,
Cheese.
I'm
Cheese gets
changing my
angry.
pick to Fake Rat.
Wow.
Go Cheese.
CD Lamb's gonna have a good game. Lamar's still banged up, so I don't know about Flowers. Loveland is like ass. Dobbins the last few games have looked turbo ass.
I mean, Champagne's like that.
Baker
Keep
looked
Lamar's
ass.
name out of your mouth, buddy.
Devontae Smith is boom or bust. So and
Well-
Worthy's target share is evaporating with Rasheed Rice back.
Oh, I can't wait to comment on his team.
So I know you guys hate Booty, but the Cleveland run defense is good, so they're gonna have to throw it a lot.
Well,
So,
Okay, so you're
Wait.
telling yourself.
yeah,
Wait,
it
what
was
was
easily.
what is this trade that you guys are still waiting on for
Oh.
tomorrow?
So
You'll
basically
find
the
out
trade-
tomorrow.
No, I'll say it.
Whoa, that
Find
might
out
sway
tomorrow.
my pick on
No,
this
Golf,
game.
it's-
He's
everyone knows
trading
if-
away Scary Terry, but getting
I'm
Swift.
basically swapping out Scary Terry for Swift.
Wait,
Golfer
I might,
is also
yeah,
getting
Cheese is
RJ
winning. Yeah, Cheese is winning.
Okay.
And then I can
All
move
right.
Woody Marks to the flex for this week.
Okay. Let's see here. All right, Rat. How are you
All
gonna run
right,
this?
so he just called half my team ass, which is fine because Josh Allen apparently has looked like Josh Allen since week 1. He's looked like the same old guy that puts up 40 points a week. Shout out to him. The only guy on your team that's good is CMC. Woody Marks can
Yeah, the
get
only guy
that.
on my team that's good. Yeah.
Yes, because you just shit on my whole team. It seems like.
Yeah, fuck you,
Yeah,
Um,
cheesy
because
piece of
Loveland is
shit.
ass.
Wow.
Loveland has had three,
but
4. He
you
hasn't over
just shit
5
on
points in the
Zay
game.
Flowers, Devontae Smith. You're
Wow.
Fuck you,
saying
cheesy
boomer
piece of
bust.
shit.
What is Butte? You're telling me Butte is not boomer bust? The guy is fucking
He
booty.
is. He
Okay.
is.
Okay.
He is
Okay.
over bust. And I'm
Your
hoping he
team's ass,
booms.
buddy. Your team's losing. I'm beating Chiefs by
He's basically
55.
Jameson Williams. He's
By
basically Patriots
55.
Jameson Williams.
Jesus' team is ass.
All right,
Wow.
by 55. Wow.
Yeah,
And you know what?
McCaffrey's dropping 60
You know
on your
what?
ass.
This is final of the week that CMC gets hurt.
Oh,
It
but
would
you
be
gave
kind
me
of
the cutoff,
ironic if it was
moron.
against Raz.
Yeah,
It would
because I had him all year and
ironic.
he didn't want to play for me last year. But
be ironic.
you know what? I won without you, bud, because you're a shitter. So you're gonna get hurt this week and you
McCaffrey is
suck.
siphoning heals from everyone else on the team. We're
That
good.
is also true. It is
So what-
also ironic that everybody has been hurt on the 49ers except McCaffrey.
Dowdle will outscore McCaffrey this week.
Whoa,
Remember,
I'll
I
bet
have
you,
McCaffrey.
I'll bet you
Remember
20
in the
bucks.
show.
I'll bet you 20 bucks.
On
I'll
that
bet you 20 bucks.
comment,
I will
let's
bet you
move
Remember-
on,
$20.
because
remember
we
this
are now
comment.
I will
getting
bet you $50.
we are getting to the delusional stage.
bets.
We need to move on.
No
This
bets,
is a
pussy.
legal YouTube.
Whoa, I have
Illegal.
McCaffrey and JV.
50 bucks.
Whoa,
Move on.
whoa,
We're
50
This
moving
is
bucks.
a
on. That
legal
was-
YouTube
We're
comment.
stopping it at the delusional Rico
What?
Dotto will outscore
You'll say.
McCaffrey.
You'll say.
Let's
Just
move
remember
on.
that.
Moving
Then
on.
bet me. Then bet
We
me.
have
Then bet
How
me.
Anth-
far are we into this video?
We have Anth versus Zombie in the next matchup, and according to Sleeper, Anth has bye players still in his lineup.
Yeah,
That's
says
why it
lineup.
looks so bad. Right now, Zombie projected to win with a 123 score. He's got newly acquired Herbert to start him off tomorrow night against Minnesota. Should be a decent game offensively, I would think, but you never know with the Chargers because you just don't know what you're going to get with that ass team. Devon Achane versus Atlanta. Obviously Achane still puts up the numbers. Juggernaut Gervonta against Denver. Calvin Austin on Sunday night against Green Bay, so he had to pick up a wide receiver from waivers for that. Roma Dunze against Baltimore. He's had 2 back-to-back shit performances. We'll see if Caleb Williams can actually throw the ball. Tyler Warren against Tennessee. Obviously beast tight end Rashid Rice on Monday night, so he's got the Monday night player against Washington. Then the Gadsden guy is still in there tomorrow night against Minnesota. It is it's National Tight End Week, but does that mean the tight end on Thursday night pops off? He had just popped off last week. I don't know if he pops off again this week. And Nick Folk against Cincinnati. Who's your other tight? Oh, you got Goff and St. Brown are on bye. That's fine. Big bye week for a lot of people. On Ant's side,
Week 8 is by McGivern.
yeah, on Ant's side, Patrick Mahomes on Monday night, so he's got the guy throwing to Rashid Rice. Let's see here. Etienne's on bye,
James
so
Cook.
he's going Stevenson probably against
It's
Cleveland.
James Cook.
He's got James Cook to put back in there, so that's good against Carolina. That's a great matchup coming off the bye. Kamara against Tampa Bay. DK Metcalf on Sunday night, so they also has a Sunday night player against Green Bay coming off a bad game. He's got 2 wide receivers in Metcalf and London. London against Miami is a great bounce back spot. After 8 points last week, he should have a big bounce back game against Miami. Tight end wise, Laporta on bye, so Jawan
Johnson's
Johnson come on down against Tampa Bay. And then Stevenson and Pittman against Tennessee, and Matt Gay on Monday night, so he's got another Monday night player as well. All right. I think this could be closer than obviously what it is right now. Once Ant adds the players in, I really like Ant's wide receivers to really outscore Zombies this week. But obviously, I think Rice will do good. But I'm talking about Odunze, Calvin Austin. I like Metcalf and London much more to have big bounce back games after their bad games last week. It's really going to come down to the Zombies running backs outscore Ants by a lot, and I don't think they do. So I'm going to take Anth to pull off the win. This is a big battle of 4 and 3s. So the winner is looking really good. The loser, if Rat wins, is kind of a little more shaky. So it's a big game. I'm going to take Anth in a very close one. Although I did take him this last week and he lost, so I don't know if that's good. All right, Cheese, who's winning?
I'm taking Anth. I think when he
Oh,
subs in
okay.
James Cook
Yeah.
and is it Juwan Johnson?
Yeah.
I just don't like Calvin Austin, and the Bears have been spamming the run,
Yep.
especially against that atrocious Baltimore defense. So I think the bye week's too much for him.
Okay.
I don't think Godson is fucking getting 30 points, whatever the fuck that was. So
Okay. Yeah, interesting. All right, Rat.
With the buy issues, I think Zombie's going to lose.
Mm.
I've never rooted on a downfall more of Calvin Austin, who gave me 0, and Gaston, who randomly put up the most tight end points this week. I've never rooted on them to combine for 5 points.
But
that'll
then
be
that
the
just make you
issue.
sick then because you played them last week.
Well,
and they
that
had
too,
good
yeah.
games.
It would make me sick too, but that was the most fake shit I've ever seen. And Calvin Austin, I can already see him going for
Wasn't he
2
on
touchdowns.
your team?
Yeah, he was, and I really hyped him up. And I
Shocking.
really want to.
Buddy, you
need to
hype up
see it.
everyone.
Yeah, you hype up all the mediocre.
Then Mario
waiver
Douglas
wire
has looked
players.
good. He's
Okay.
pickable. He can pick him up. Start him instead of.
If he's
Calvin
looked good, then
Austin.
why aren't you picking him up?
I don't need him right now.
Okay. All right, so
Yeah.
you're taking Anth. All right,
Yeah.
Cronky.
I'm taking Anth.
Okay. Zach.
Zombie, move along.
Okay. Zombie, are you pulling out a win here? This is a big matchup for you, both 4 and 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna kick my boy Ant's ass. He should stick to FIFA.
Ooh. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. All right. Moving on then to the final matchup of the week. We have Tyler coming off his win versus me at 5 and 2 versus Bill at 2 and 5. So last week
Oh, boy.
Tyler got to face a 2 and 4 team and took care of business. Will he do that again this week against Bill? At the moment, Sleeper projects him 2, but kind of close, 114 to 110 for Bill in his 3 tight end lineup. Bill has Jackson Dart in there against Philly. He said he's starting Jackson Dart the rest of the way. You know, Bill's kind of like Brian Daboll. You know, he waited and waited and waited to go to Jackson Dart, and then once he went to him, he said, you know what? He's the starter the rest of the year for my team. Obviously traded away Herbert. Although I do think Jackson Dart is going to be good for the rest of the year. I just don't think this game. For some reason, I just feel like Philly's going to like blow
We're
this
gonna
Bills
shit on him.
bench. Derrick Henry against Chicago. Chicago's been playing better. I'm sure Tyler would love to watch his Bears just absolutely shut down Derrick Henry. I don't know. I don't know what to expect from Derrick Henry. Newly acquired Pacheco on Monday night against Washington. Had a okay game this past week, just good enough to get a huge haul for him apparently. Ibuka against the Saints, that could be very good considering Mike Evans is now out. Ibuka will kind of be Bill's big star. McMillan against Buffalo, he's going to need him to take advantage of that Buffalo defense that has looked very shaky. And then we get into the 3 tight ends on National Tight End Day.
Lol.
George Kittle against Houston. Surely he gets more points than last week, especially on National Tight End Day. H. Fannin against New England and Hunter Henry against Cleveland. So he's got not only does he have 3 tight ends, he's got 2 tight ends in the same game for the 2 teams that are playing each other. You know, Cleveland's defense is good enough to kind of make it a slugfest, and maybe the tight ends shine in that game. I don't necessarily hate it. So the 4th tight end that he's leaving out is who? Oh, he already dropped him. Okay.
I mean, you can't fucking play 4 tight ends, Sadly.
I know, but I was just wondering which tight end did
We should allow
get
it,
the boot. I just wondered who was
oh.
getting the boot. On Tyler's side, Brock Purdy against Houston. If he plays in there, if he doesn't play and Jaden Daniels doesn't play, then what does Tyler do? He'll be going to the... Maybe he picks up Mac Jones. He's not going to be able to pick up Mariota like he's done in the past. So we'll see what he does with that. He doesn't have a contingent plan at the moment. Let's That's the news.
You can pick up Aaron
Purdy
Rodgers.
steadily getting better every week. That doesn't sound like he's
Come
right.
get your boy Caleb Williams.
Rashad White in there against the Saints. Good matchup for him there.
Okay.
But he's still missing Bucky Irving. You know, Rashad White's been serviceable and been good, but he hasn't been like Bucky Irving level. So he's kind of missing out some points there. Newly acquired Smith for. So we got the battle of Kansas City running backs on Monday night. You know, I don't necessarily hate this from Tyler considering it's Pacheco. He never gets the full workload. It's a fucking committee of hell. So, you know, maybe just the Smith guy steals a touchdown or something and Pacheco gets shit. Wandell against Philly. DJ Moore against Baltimore. Travis Kelce as well on Monday night. So this could maybe come down to Monday night with the shit players. Keenan Allen against Minnesota tomorrow night to get him started after his big game last week. Chris Olave against Tampa Bay. And Will Lutz against Dallas. New kicker there for. I'm gonna say Tyler, although I do think Bill will make this competitive. I think this could be a lower scoring matchup with the issues and the injuries. I don't ever think 3 tight ends is gonna win a matchup, especially against a team like Tyler's team who still has some good players. So I'm gonna take Tyler, but in a lower scoring close matchup. Rat.
You know, somehow Bill is avoiding Tyler's 2 best players and is still gonna lose. It blows my mind.
Okay.
Or 3 best players
All
technically.
right. Yeah. So his 3 best players are out, yet you're still taking Tyler.
Yeah, Bill, I
Okay.
don't know what's happening, bud. I'm sorry.
If there was ever a chance for 3 tight ends, you would think it would be in a week where you're not facing the 3 best players on the other
Yeah,
person's team.
but I don't know.
Cheese.
Yeah, I don't know. Tyler's still gonna pull it out.
Okay. I feel like for Tyler, this was the best case scenario for Puka to get hurt. The weeks where he played me and then Bill. I feel like that was best case scenario for him. All right. Zach.
Bill and Tyler?
Yep. And Bill is starting 3 tight ends.
Yeah, you just can't pick the 3 tight end team.
Even on National Tight End Week this upcoming week.
No, sorry.
Okay. All right, and Cronky.
Whoa.
I'm gonna take Bill in this one. National tight end day.
Wow. First Bill pick, really? Okay. Any particular reason you believe in the 3 tight end strat this week?
It's National Tight End Day. That's the
Okay.
reasoning.
Okay. All right, and Zombie.
Jesus, Tyler's gonna win again. What does he have? The fucking Patriots schedule? What is this Mickey Mouse schedule?
Yeah, like I said, he's gotten fortunate. The part of the schedule, the weak part of the schedule, came at a good time for Tyler when he's got bye and injury issues. But he's gonna need
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels or Purdy. He's gonna need one of them to come back soon, because he's not gonna be playing me and Bill and Pook forever.
Ooh, I think I play next week or in 2 weeks.
All right, so you're taking Tyler.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
All right.
Pook's going to be
Ross
joined on
and
the beach by a 3 tight end team. That's pretty pathetic, Pook. I'm sorry, Pook. You might need to retire instead of coming back next year.
Wow.
Wow.
That's
I
embarrassing.
mean, everybody has a bad year. There was one year Zombie didn't make the playoffs.
This ain't a bad year. This
Whoa,
is
wait,
like
wait! I've never been at the bottom
Yeah,
of the league.
yeah, it would definitely be surprising if Pook finishes in last, but he's
This
not. He
ain't
hasn't
a-
wrapped up last yet. He's only a game
Oh, who's
behind
wrapped up last?
me, Ernie, and
Well, I mean, Bill and him, they could just go to the
and
beach
Bill
together.
actually has a worse points for than Pook.
They could go to the beach together.
If every week that Bill starts 3 tight ends is a loss, so as long as he does that,
Well, I
then
would
Pook
think
has a
after this
chance.
week it's the last time. I would hope. 'Cause
You would think and
it's
hope,
not
but it's
National
fucking
Tight End
Bill.
Week after this week.
I think 3 backup running backs is better than 3 backup tight ends. Or 3 tight ends, sorry. I don't never like the tight end strat.
Yeah.
GG.
Well, historically, it is not a good strat.
But yeah,
No
Pook should be
respects.
ashamed.
Okay.
This is his competition.
Yeah, maybe we'll get a comment one of these days from Pook
Good one.
if he does actually finish last. It's definitely not been the season Pook has thought, which is
He's working to pay his
usually
last place
he
punishment.
drafts the rookies that actually pop. Now he got Scatabo right,
Matthew
But
Golden
the
and
Golding and the
Henderson in the
Henderson.
3rd round.
The
Wow.
Henderson play just has derailed his
That's got to be the
offense.
worst draft pick of the year.
That, and he had to trade away Jefferson, and I
Yeah.
don't think he got a good enough return for that. And he traded away DK as well. Like, I just don't feel like the trade. I feel like his trades have not been good. On top of then the rookies
Yeah.
not hitting in the draft, and that's why he's. in
Look,
the
what was the
situation he's in.
Jefferson return? I should trade for Jefferson for that return.
He got
Whoa.
I think he got like
He was asking for
Jefferson,
too
Waddle
much.
and Hall. It was a
He
three.
was asking for
Diggs,
too much.
mean-
and
Oh, I gave
Okay.
away Metcalf also.
So, all right. So there we have it this week. Good. Wait, there's no London game this week, right? Thank God. Hallelujah. And there's only one Monday night game, right? So good. A normal week of football schedule. Good luck to everybody this week, and we will catch
Wait, the
you.
parlay.
Yeah, I said.
We suck.
I said
Wait,
earlier.
5
I
minutes?
don't know if you were here or not. I didn't update the graphic on it, but there was a lot of people that lost. There was like 5 or 6 of us that.
No, I wasn't one of them.
Okay, good job. Everyone submit your picks by Saturday night, and hopefully, as I said, you don't have to pick a tight end for your prop this week, but it is National Tight End Day.
Damn
so
well
keep
Bill is.
that in consideration for your prop.
And you don't have to pick a London game.
Yes, thank God. All right, we'll catch you back here next week for the results of Week 8.